Now we have Surya Kiran Reddy. He will be presenting us on Certificate in Information Technology. And
good morning, everybody. I'm Surya Kiran. I work here as a program manager for Enhance EDU. I'm basically responsible for training and content development. And today I'll give an overview about the Certificate in Information Technology. I mean, like this is the main crux of why you are here, why we are conducting this principals meeting, and so let's get started. So this is the current scenario in all over India, and specifically if you take the case of Andhra Pradesh, we have over 700 engineering colleges and over 7.5 lakh graduates every year. So we have an abundance of engineering graduates, and if you take the recent surveys by MHRD and all, they've said that engineering college count has increased 800% in the last 10 years. So it's quite a huge number. So what is this leading to? The industry people say that output is not that great, people are not employable. There are n number of surveys to corroborate this fact. So I think all of you are well aware of that. So I won't get into that. So what are the main gaps that the industry people have observed? The first is communication skills. People are not able to get their point across. The next one is problem solving skills. People are good with the technical stuff, but when you ask them to map them to real world problems, they are not able to do that. And the third is adaptability. You go in a straight path, you're fine. But once you need to take a different path, you're confused, you're dumbfounded. So that's the scenario that we are in. So we have come up with an innovative program called the Certificate in Information Technology. It is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology, MCIT, Government of India, and IIIT Hyderabad. So what is this CIT program? The main objective of the CIT program is to set up a training program for teachers that will actually help train 12,000 students per year to be industry ready. So what is the role of IIIT Hyderabad? We'll design the curriculum, train the teachers, and conduct such training programs at engineering colleges. And like I said, it's a joint initiative of MCIT and IIIT Hyderabad. So we followed a three-phase approach to this program, wherein first we develop the content, then we do the teacher training program at IIIT Hyderabad, and then the faculty members from the colleges, they go back to their college and do the student training program, and student enhancement program. That is actually the implementation phase, or the third phase in this whole program. So let's go to content development. So all of you know about this problem, right? Students are not able to do problem solving. They're not able to adapt to new technologies. They're not able to map real world problems to programs. So we've come up with an instructional design that involves learning by doing methodology and the Bloom's taxonomy. So I think most of you are familiar with the Bloom's taxonomy, like from the lower order thinking skills to the higher order thinking skills. Like you'll agree with me that our current academic examination system is mostly concentrating on the two lower orders, the remembering and the understanding, which is like you teach them through lectures some concepts, and we are asking them only on the concept. Do you know this? What is so and so? What is this? And a little bit on the applying, like you have a formula and you are asking them to apply it. You're giving them a problem and asking them to apply the formula. So, Benjamin Bloom, he's a researcher in the early 1950s. What he said is, educational systems should concentrate more on the higher order thinking skills, like analyzing, evaluating, and creating. That is where we need to focus on, so that the output of the graduates is more. So our focus is on hitting on the higher order thinking skills from the applying level. So remembering and understanding, we know that students have that, but we are focusing on the other four levels. Next. So, and coming to the learning by doing methodology, it is very much simple, like it says, like learning by doing. So, a great way to learn something is by doing it. So, we emphasize on students doing it. Students know their concepts. They know what is a stack, what is a queue, but can they really apply it? So, we actually put them into such situations. So, we make them work on some problems that make them apply these skills or the concepts that they've learned. So, this actually is a well-known methodology or pedagogy that is followed in the United States. So, it started in CMU, Carnegie Mellon, by Roger Schank. So, you can look out for Roger Schank on the web. Like he has this Socratic arts. So, you can see like what all he's doing and all. So, we have taken this from there. And if you take a small comparison between the conventional learning and this model or the CIT program, we can see that the student to faculty ratio is very high in our conventional model, wherein I mean like there's little scope for personalized coaching or personalized mentoring. Whereas in this program, we have a student to faculty ratio of 10:1. So we say faculty member acts like a mentor. So the mentor is one who actually coaches the student or guides the student in their coursework or to make them learn about the concepts and all. So in the conventional mode, students handle multiple courses. So I mean like they find it difficult to switch from one course to another and all. Whereas in this program, the students work on one course at a time. So they work on, let's say they're working on data structures. They work only on data structures. So they learn lot better. And in the conventional mode, most of the learning is through lectures. So there's a faculty member, he or she comes and gives a lecture, and students go back. So there's no, I mean like we can't measure whether the student has learned or student has started actually applying it. Whereas in this, it's completely through application. So students learn a concept, they apply it, and then they can test by themselves. So the student learns by doing. And like I said, we have a project-based curriculum. So I'll give you a small example. For the data structures course, we asked the students to build a search engine. So this data structures course is actually in their in advanced level. We actually begin with something very small like computational thinking. Then we make them learn about Java. So we are actually building their concepts. So from the building their logic, then making them learn some programming skills, and then giving them some basics on data structures. And in the final leg or the advanced stage, they actually build the search engine. So you can see that there's a good progression from beginner level to an expert level that we are actually focusing on. Next. So and there's also another important aspect that we focus on, that's the evaluation phase. So we do two kinds of evaluation. One is the formative stage, that is when the student is learning or doing the working on the concepts. So that evaluation is done by the mentors or the faculty members who at the colleges. And the summative or the final exam or the final assessment, it is done by us, the enhanced EDU team at IIIT Hyderabad. So let's take a look at the content. Like I said, we first focus on computational thinking. So computational thinking, like Professor Vishwanath will give a detailed intro on what computational thinking is and what actually goes into this after my presentation. So the next one is object-oriented programming through Java. So if you can see, the computational thinking actually focuses on the flow, how to build logic, how to write flow charts, how to see, I mean like the student will understand how the flow of the program goes. And then he or she will understand, work on some programming through Java. Next. And then the data structures. So all the three are like 160 plus hours of student engagement. So once the student does all this, so I mean like this 160 hours is like, we have found that it's pretty difficult to put in a semester's worth of engagement. So what we did is, next, we've divided this whole course into phases. So the phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, wherein the phase 1 covers computational thinking and Java, the basics of Java, and the second phase covers object-oriented programming and data structures. The third phase is the project, that's the additional 80 hours of content, wherein the student will actually work on building a search engine. So this covers the content development part. So once the content is done, we now focus on the teacher training. So we already have a content, so now we are focusing on the teacher training. The teacher training is a 4 to 8 weeks residential program at IIIT Hyderabad. So what do we do in this 4 to 8 weeks? Like 4 to 8 weeks sounds very, like a big duration, right? So what do we do in this 4 to 8 weeks? We actually enable work such that the faculty members engage in the full training program. So it's not like a 1 hour every day. No, it's like a full-time training program. It starts at 9 and ends at 6 o'clock. So it's a full-length training program that the faculty members engage. So you might think that okay, 9 to 6, it's kind of like very very strenuous, and faculty members will get bored. Bored and all. No, but we actually have something kind of a leeway, like kind of breaks in between. Faculty members can take breaks. They can play games and all, and also we have some guest talks in between, like so that they can refresh themselves. We actually have something kind of collaborative learning. We make the faculty members discuss among themselves so that they can learn collaboratively, and we also make them embrace the learning by doing methodology, because it's a kind of new methodology. Faculty members will find it difficult to get adjusted to this. Our previous teacher training programs, we have found that faculty members who have come for the whole 8-week program, they found that adjusting to this methodology will take some time, like at least a week or 2. So once they were adjusted to this methodology, it's smooth sailing from then. So they know, okay, there's a task, then there's no lecture as such. So the faculty member needs to work by themselves. So, and they'll also learn about the mentoring approach. How do you actually mentor? Because we can't do it from here. So that's why we are training the faculty members. So the faculty member actually learns how to mentor, how to guide the student, and how to enhance the student's quality. And also the faculty member will also learn how to implement this program at their college, because this it's kind of outside of the curriculum. So we need to train them on what are the challenges that they face and how to go about implementing this program. Next. So like I said, they'll be trained on the CIT program, which covers the 3 courses. The next, in addition to that, we also found that faculty members need to be trained on art of teaching. So what is art of teaching? I'll go in the next slide. And in addition to that, next. So these are, okay, art of teaching, next. 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 Okay. So what is art of teaching? We train the faculty members on what pedagogy is. It's a 2-day workshop that we conduct for all our faculty members. Next. So we also train them what Bloom's taxonomy is. So we found that most faculty members are not familiar with the Bloom's taxonomy. So we train them on the Bloom's taxonomy, tell them how to design questions or how to test the students on all the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Next. We also train the faculty members on the different learning styles. I think some of you are familiar with the learning styles, like students, all of us have different learning styles. I might prefer some images to be there while teaching. Some people only prefer lectures. Some people prefer kind of a group work, like collaboration, group discussion and all. So we train the faculty members on the different learning styles. So we are actually enhancing their teaching skills as well. So that's how we name this, like art of teaching. So how do you engage your students all throughout your class? How do you motivate your students? So that is covered in the active teaching techniques. Next. And we also train them on how to design assessments and how to on the rubrics. So we follow something called as rubrics, which we can actually show you. We can give you a demo like later. So what is a rubric? It's actually a kind of parameter-based system for evaluating the students. Like I said, we have 2 levels, right? Formative and summative. So we train the faculty members on how to use these rubrics as well. Next. So once the training is done, the faculty member is ready. So he or she can go back to their college and train the students. So the student training is what we call as the student enhancement program or the STEP. So like I said, the STEP is offered in phases, which I have covered. So the phase 1 covers computational thinking and OOPS through Java. Phase 2 is OOPS through Java Advanced and data structures. So go back. So this STEP program is a value addition to the current academic curriculum. So it's offered outside of the curriculum, and we remotely mentor the program from IIIT Hyderabad. So how do we mentor this program? We monitor the program from IIIT Hyderabad. So we have a set of tools. We have a portal wherein the students will be given logins, and so they can log in, access the course, submit the tasks or deliverables, and the mentors will evaluate them on a daily basis. And we will be monitoring from here. So we'll be picking up randomly we'll pick up the deliverables and check, okay, is the faculty member doing good? So we give the faculty member feedback as well. So this ends the first part of the presentation. So this is kind of an overview of the CIT program. Now I request Dr. Vishwanath to talk about the management model. Like I said, we worked on the computational thinking. So I request Dr. Vishwanath to talk about the management model.